10 Foods Cancer Patients Should Not Eat. Cancer management requires various lifestyle changes, in addition to adherence to treatment as recommended by your doctor. The most important changes are related to nutrition. Some foods can help you recover, some can't. Cancer patients need a diet rich in nutrients to keep their bodies healthy. To get the most out of your diet, you should avoid or reduce your intake of the following foods. Let's go through these foods together and tell me what you think. 1. Raw honey. Cancer patients as well as infants should not eat raw honey. This is because raw honey can carry botulinum toxin and make them feel worse. Consult your doctor or dietitian about alternatives. After all, honey is beneficial to our health and can help people in many ways. The American Cancer Society recommends heat-treated grade of commercial honey instead of raw honey. 2. Junk foods. The reality is junk food is bad for everyone. Not only is it low in nutrients, but it's also high in salt and bad fats. Salt is dehydrating, but as a cancer patient, you need to stay hydrated throughout the day. Also, junk food has some pretty strong flavors that can make you nauseous. If you just love junk food and have to eat it, make sure you eat it in moderation. 3. Foods with strong flavors. Cancer treatments such as chemotherapy and radiation have various side effects, including nausea, vomiting, mouth sores, and sore throat. To prevent wound irritation or aggravation of other side effects, the best thing to do is to avoid foods with strong flavors. Ideally, you should avoid foods that are sour, tart, acidic, and spicy. Try not to eat them even if they are one of your favorite food. Instead, focus on bland foods and flavors like puddings, milkshakes, cream-based soups, vegetables, and cooked or canned fruits. 4. Raw seafood. Raw seafood should not be on the menu of cancer patients, especially during chemotherapy. For example, raw or undercooked shellfish such as oysters can carry the hepatitis A virus. At the same time, raw fish is high in mercury. Because cancer patients have weaker immune systems, they should reduce their intake or avoid these foods. In addition, there is also a risk of bacterial cross-contamination from contact with raw meat. 5. Moldy cheese. Everyone loves cheese, and while there are plenty of good options out there for you, moldy cheese is not. This is because the mold responsible for this cheese's distinct flavor and color is a fungus. While in healthy people, the body is strong enough to fight this fungus, cancer patients have weaker immunity. Their bodies are not strong enough to support these tiny organisms that can cause infection. That's why cancer patients should try to avoid moldy cheese. 6. Undercooked meat. Just as cancer patients should avoid raw seafood, they should also say no to undercooked meat. This type of meat can contain bacteria and viruses that cause foodborne illness. If you enjoy eating rare steak, you might want to stop doing it. Always make sure meat is thoroughly cooked before eating. 7. Raw sprouts. Speaking of vegetables, cancer patients should avoid eating raw vegetables. Some bacteria, such as E. coli, are not easily removed during the washing process. For this reason, the best thing you can do to prevent contamination and infection is to avoid raw sprouts altogether. 8. Unwashed fruits and vegetables. Cancer patients should avoid eating unwashed produce. These fruits are full of dirt and are also breeding grounds for bacteria. Consuming unwashed produce can lead to infection and disease. To avoid these problems, you should always wash fruits and vegetables. Do this even if labeled pre-wash. Pay special attention to leafy greens, homegrown produce, and fresh garden or store-bought herbs like thyme or basil. Remember that you should wash fruits or vegetables even if they have skins that you don't eat. If you don't wash them, you still run the risk of infection because cutting them will carry dirt and bacteria from the outside into the internal parts of the product. 9. Raw eggs. Generally, eggs are healthy and part of a balanced diet. They are rich in nutrients and vitamins. Cancer patients do not need to completely abstain from eating eggs. However, they should avoid eating raw or lightly cooked eggs. This is because raw eggs contain salmonella bacteria. These bacteria can cause infections, and that's exactly what you need to prevent. In short, you can continue to eat eggs and foods containing them, but make sure they are thoroughly cooked. They should also avoid adding eggs to smoothies. Many people do this, but they run the risk of infection. 10. Unpasteurized dairy products. Unpasteurized dairy products like raw yogurt or raw milk can contain bacteria that can make you even worse. Remember that cancer patients have lower immunity, which means their bodies are no longer able to protect them as before. Eating these foods can increase your risk of infection. Men and women with cancer need dietary changes to improve strength and energy levels, reduce inflammation, and reduce the side effects of treatments. Certain foods can worsen the health of cancer patients. Try to focus on healthy foods that are carefully prepared and provide your body with a variety of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Follow your doctor or dietitian's instructions about food intake during cancer treatment. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Kindly remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our helpful tips. Thanks for watching.